Welcome to this look at a new-ish mod map to Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on Zachetski. This is a new-ish mod map. This is the crossplay version. This is a new-ish mod map out by Matlixx. It is 873.3 megabytes download. There are no required mods to download. There are no custom crops. Contracts are available. There are 20 collectibles. Spoiler alert, where you start, there's one right in front of you. Can't really escape that, but it is there. What I'm going to say about this as well, this map is packed with really cool details, packed with sound effects, voices, there's all sorts of stuff. It's really cool. And it is very, very nice made in detail. I'm trying to think of the last time that there was, there's parks and stuff, but this is like well, not necessarily adults, but like a little workout area. We've got one of these actually near where we live, around the park, which is quite cool, so you can come and do a bit of a workout if you want to. The map looks like this, and we start up here. Now on New Farmer, you start with plot 88 and some farm equipment and stuff there. The rest of your farm equipment and machinery is the other side of the road on plot 89, which you don't start with, which you can purchase, of course you can. That's going to set you back 28,323, so we'll buy that. You get another sleep trigger on that one, but all your rest of your gear is across the road there. Field prices are, I guess, what you'd probably expect really for the size fields. Again, nothing mega cheap, nothing overly expensive. Some of the forestry plots, we have some small forestry plots, which is quite nice and handy dandy. This one though, oh, it's up there. So if you really like your forestry, there's a big forestry plot, but there's a lot of detail. I can't show you every minute little thing, but there's a whole load of stuff thrown in, which is very cool. So you also start with, on New Farmer, that plot, you start with these two fields over here. These two here. Small strips over there. Most of what we're going to look at is sort of the main sell points and stuff, and detail, which is up the main spine, the main road here. We are going to take a whiz out here, because we've got a couple of bits to look at out this side. But like I say, prices are, pretty okay. So let's go across the road here. Now, I'm going to make no bones about this. I've been to Poland. I had a fantastic time in Poland. I absolutely love Poland. I'd go back in a heartbeat. Can I speak Polish? No. Can I pronounce most Polish words? No. And look at this. This is something a bit. I saw that and thought, whoa. I'm trying to think of. Is that okay? Is that I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it's there. So we've got some sell points here. So we've got this one here, and it's the first word. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's the plate. It's that plate sell point, and then we've got that manure sell point, but then you've got a buy point for manure as well. So you can buy it here, you can sell it here, and you've got a normal sell point just there. But what's cool, like I say, is the sound effects. Look. I'm not sure why there's a deer in there.
Szanownego sąsiada.
There's people chatting and getting on with their lives, and stuff's happening. Look, there's all these extra details. Adds to the complete immersion. There's a very, I suppose it's being a Polish map as well. There's a real Szpakowo vibe to it, which I like. And that had a lot of that. It just feels lived in, which is what you kind of want, really. Now, what we will do is just across the road. Actually, I've come down through the yard, but just across the road here. There's loads of people about. We've got in the yard here Ben, if you want to come and chat to Ben. This is his house. And again, we've got animals in a lot of the yards. There's dogs barking. Not all of mine are, but there are dogs barking. So there's a lot going on. So our start farm, well, blimey, it's too much happening all at once. Can't cope. Let's come into the yard. So we have got a garage build here at our start farm, which is ready to go. It requires some things. Cultivator, plough, chicken coop just here. We've got 10 out of a potential 20 in our chicken coop, chicken barn building. Standard silo, that's a 75,000 litre, I believe it is. As far as build mode goes, oh yeah, I must talk about build mode while we're here. There were no required mods. Oh yes, so under build mode, the only things I came across were under farmhouses. So we've got a couple of farmhouses there that have been added in. If we come then down the side to our bottom section there, under paint textures, there's loads loads and loads of different textures of, I mean, all sorts of stuff. Rock and blocks and chips and plates and you name it, you know, cobblestones and all sorts going on. And then under plants, we come down, we've got some plants added in as well. Other than that, it's all base game stuff. Slot count, actually, while we're at the start farm, on new farmer is 1,240. Farm management start from scratch is 1,094. You don't have any of the equipment and machinery either side of the road. But if you purchase the land, you'll still have the buildings, you'll still have the animals and stuff like that. I haven't tried removing any of that stuff, but I mean, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, but I get him again, save your game just in case you make a horrendous mistake and live to regret it. So there's a fair bit going on here with our seeder, spreader, trailer, harvester. It's interesting actually. Harvester, header and header trailer, sprayer, cultivators and plants, sleeping wardrobe triggers just here. We can't go into the building. That's what's curious, is that all that equipment is across the other side of the road. And like I say, you don't own the land at the start, we've just bought that. But I think we've got another harvester this side. So we've got, yeah, so we've got a sleeping wardrobe trigger here. More of our equipment, and yeah, I suppose you wouldn't be able to access it. And there's another sprayer, so it kind of duplicates everything. I wonder why. Oh, damn it, it doesn't matter why, but it has. So open that up, open that up. So we've got, yeah, there's loads of stuff to be getting on with. Yeah, a lot of duplicated machinery. Yeah, harvester, header trailer, ploughs, cultivators, disc harrows, spreaders. Another garage build here that you can get on with. And this is a Farmer 400 silo again. Standard crop type, standard base game 1, so 400,000 litre standard crops. So there's our main farm. So what we're going to do is grab... Should we grab the... Yeah, we'll grab the... Although, that weight's not attached, is it? Let me see if I can push that forward. Just enough to pick it up. Move it to one side and drop it off. There we go. Lovely job. So what we're going to do now, the road just to our north, literally just the other side of the fence there, we're going to take that road and go all the way out to the eastern side of the map, which is where we'll find Commerce. And Commerce is like I suppose an agricultural supply company, I guess. There's a sell point out here as well. Sawmills out this way, as is Noah. We're going to have a look at all those. And again, you can check out the landscape, the scenery. It's fairly flat. There's a sweep to it. I wouldn't say it's necessarily undulating, but there's a nice sweep to it. And like I say, it has a very natural feel. And there's all this detail. Look, it's like there has been a horrific storm has come through and just destroyed everything. Because we get round to towards the sawmill, there's tons of trees where the tops are down off them. So this is Commerce. Open the door here, gate. Commerce straw is just there, sell point. Cross the yards here and open this, we've got Commerce depot. Now Commerce depot is a buy point. So in here we can buy herbicide, liquid fertiliser, seed and solid fertiliser. At the back of Commerce depot we've got Commerce lime, so lime station just out here. And then here we've got Commerce grain sell point. So this is Commerce grain sale. So some buying, some selling. It looks like it's a kind of, family run deal. They're probably farmers themselves, do a bit of contract work and do a bit of the old supply and demand stuff as well. And why not? In this day and age. Diversification. Yeah, look at all the trees, look. I mean, you see it every now and again, and if you've got the old twister goes through and you get a bit of damage and stuff, but this is quite impressive. So we turn up here. That's a very, I know it's probably the birds tweeting that kind of thing. I'm just driving along there and thinking, I know it's August, but it has a very summery feel to it at the moment. So I know it's just over there. Sawmill just here, all fairly standard. If we come into, I don't know if I've shown you now, this is my third map tour today, so I'm trying to catch up with the 7 that came out last week. It's absolutely bonkers. Available, owned, yeah, just the sawmill. There you go. That's just there. So what we're going to do now is take that road back down into the main street, and then we'll head down the main street, taking in all the various different items that are there. We want to go this way. I'll see you back there in a minute. So as we get down to here, I'm just about to see through the gap there. There's Walter. Well, we'll stop in and say hello. Let's just pull in here, otherwise I'll block the traffic. So, just this side of the road is where Walter lives. Again, a few chickens knocking around. Across the way, we've got Katie and we've got the animal dealer. And again, the sound effects. But again, all the I'm going to keep saying it. The detail. Very stony driveway. Not sure what he's looking at, but something's caught his interest over there. That's our animal dealer. Of course there'll be a whole load of traffic coming, wouldn't there? Can I get out quick enough? Yup. Let's go. So next down the road, we have got, if I put in this side of the road, over here we've got the Spice Merchant, sell point just there, David just here. Across the road we have got purchase at Janex. Assume Janek is a farmer.
Szanownego sąsiada.
Oh. Thought we were talking. Sure they were. Anyway, purchase at Janex, so sell point just here. So I'm going to double check this because some of them had, oh no, some of the other ones have got doors that open and again loads more detail inside. So it's just a case of picking it all apart and finding all the little hidden gems. There's loads of stuff on here. So that's Janex. A bit further along, just here, we have got the warehouse for buying of pallets. Warehouse sell point. Does this one have the, this one didn't, but this one did, which I thought was quite cool. All this. And then here we have got, this was Squire's Granary, sell point just here. That's a lot of bales. A lot of bales. Where are we now? So we have come from up there, did that, all the way out to there. Came all the way back along, we come all the way down, we are now here. Next stop, vehicle shop, workshop, trigger and gas station. Look at me being all sensible and checking for traffic. It's not like me. Mind that tree. That does overhang a little bit. Yep. It certainly does. So, vehicle shop, workshop trigger, reset point. Nice. Oh, this one had a load of detail as well, yeah.
Ten sweter w jakimś nowym katalogu mody?
There's your workshop trigger. I've come across this for a while. Always used to be on the older maps, but there you go. I suppose if you come down here and you bring your vehicles for their servicing or repair or whatever, and then you get your bill and realise you just haven't got enough money, then here you go, straight away to here, and you can borrow some money from the bank if you need to. Not ideal, is it? But you know.
Witaj w zacieczkach. Miłej przygody.
Absolutely. Gas station just around the corner there. So, the final point on the map, and like I say, there's so much more, because if we come back to the map here, we're heading down to this bit. There's a little track that runs off to the side here, one on the side here. You can go all the way out, all this side of the map. There's no other sell points, there's no other buildings, there's some more forestry, all those small fields with the two which you start there. But then you come all out this side as well. Got that big forest area we looked at the start with some fields out through there, through the forestry. So you've got a big forest area this side. And then, I mean, I suppose what we can do, if we go down to the end, take that track, because it looks like they're different, the way it's laid out, you've got different types of forestry going on there. So we can whiz out and have a quick look there. That's just piqued my interest. I only realised that's a very different, a different look. So let's go from here down to, which is kind of more like an aggregate build. There you go, after all of that. And I go and do that. Sorry. What's on there? Is that like sword in the stone? I've only just noticed that. How peculiar. Oh yeah, look. That's cool. I haven't translated that, I've just noticed it. I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments what it means. So, let's say down to this last bit here, and this is cool as well. I'm sure when I turned in here there was someone singing. It's probably just the voices in my head, but I'm sure it was. Now, unfortunately, I mean, there's a ton of detail going on here, which is just, there's loads happening. But you can't actually buy this plot. We've got a debris crusher, and we've got a line point here, and you've got all the rest of this, which is really cool. I think because there's a standard version, and this is the crossplay version. The standard version is over 1 gigabyte, I think. So I don't know whether on that version on PC, whether any of this, maybe you've got extra stuff, gravel and things. I don't know genuinely, but I could have sworn. Oh, yeah?
Ty, młody, jak z Kolima chcesz udawać, to ci się chyba teksty pomyliły. Jest już stara, no i w sumie ledwo rusza. Przez nią firma. Długa.
So this is debris crushers just there, and there's just people about doing stuff, talking. You know, oh look, YouTuber. You can spot the YouTuber a mile off, can't you? Look, taking photographs of equipment and machinery, and only a farm sim or agricultural like YouTube or something like that would stop and think, oh, that's a fantastic view. Not taking a view of the view, just of like a cement lorry and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, so I say. I know it's one of those not random, one of those weird things I say a lot when I'm doing map tours, is if none of this was here, you'd never know. You'd come on the map, there could have been half the amount of stuff here, and you would have driven in and thought, oh, that's pretty cool. The time, energy and effort that's gone into putting all of this in, like I said, I don't know if this has more relevance potentially on the PC version, but it's very cool. And there's your lime station just there. So what we'll do then, we'll whiz down to the bottom, grab that road, go up round the back, and let's check out that forestry. I'm just curious to see about the different types of woods forestry available. But that, in essence, that's the map. Zacieczki by Matlixx, but I want to go and check that out bit of a drive down to the bottom, but we're alright. There's some really strange stuff. There's all these little Easter eggs, all these little things you pick up on and find, you know. Oh, I love it. It's really cool. So we should be coming up on a turning to the right. I suppose down before those houses. I'm just looking bottom left. Yeah, maybe. There we go. Matlixx definitely likes the bales. The bale stacks are big. There's a lot more of the damaged trees here as well. I suppose it adds a bit of variety, a bit of difference to just an otherwise ordinary thing. But I guess what the thing about that you could do with your forestry is it could be your job with the forestry, especially with the spray cans and stuff. You go out and you mark all the trees like that. They've got to be cut down and then remove all of them. That'd be quite cool. Bit of a challenge. Not too dense either, which is kind of helpful. There's plenty of forestry to be done, but not so packed tight that you can't kind of get around or through the stuff with equipment and machinery. That's alright. So we're coming up on the transition into the other forestry. Well, there's enough kind of foliage and stuff on the ground as well. Oh yeah, then we move into a very different, yeah. So this is a more of a natural woodland, natural forested area. This is more of a plantation style, isn't it? And the foliage is completely different. And there you go. That's the map. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.